Hey everyone, this is Cypher here, welcome back or welcome to my channel. So I just want to quickly start off by saying I hope you all had a very awesome Christmas. I did myself, thank you for asking. Hopefully you all are enjoying your holidays as well. So we are back once again with another Stranger Things theories video. I know, it looks like I'm just milking the shit out of this, but you know what? I am. I like the show, okay? Shut the fuck up. But yeah, 3 days ago now, as of recording this, we did get a massive drop from the devs here. We got a nearly 30-second teaser trailer for the upcoming Stranger Things Chapter 2 chapter, and I am like actually so hyped now because this confirms many things, and it also raises some more questions as well. We're going to be focusing on the characters that we did get confirmed from this teaser. We'll be looking at a potential conversation around the map because we weren't actually promised one, the Mory, as well as a release date for the PTB. So I will play the trailer for you guys now.
Does anybody copy? This is a code red. Does anybody copy? I repeat, this is a code red. Anybody copy? Hello, Dustin.
So there's a lot to talk about here, but I think we will start off by talking about a map. Now, obviously, if you remember from last video, or you've just been keeping up with all of this in general, there was a roadmap that released for year 10, and it said on there that we would initially get this chapter in November. Obviously, that would have been around when the first volume of episodes dropped for season 5, and in that roadmap, it only listed a new killer and 2 new survivors. There wasn't a map mentioned anywhere, so obviously, it's safe to assume that no map was to come, right? Like, we're not going to get a map for this chapter. But now, from taking a look at this teaser trailer, it seems to throw up a couple of, like, questions, because it's like, well, are we still not getting a map, or are we getting one now? Because there are 3 very likely possibilities to come from this. A, we aren't getting a map at all, and this is just completely misleading. This could literally just be a background or setting that they used purely for this trailer. B, this could be a map, but not a full map. It could just be a extension of the Hawkins Laboratory that we already have in the game. Under the same realm, we could just get another variation of Hawkins Laboratory, possibly with the addition of the Rainbow Room and also with the hallways and stuff, as you can see in this trailer. And according to one of the people who commented on my last video, this could be all the more likely with the fact that even with the Walking Dead chapter, there wasn't a map specified on the roadmap for that either. And then it turned out that we ended up getting this random, just out of the blue fan service map, which really was just an extension under the Withered Isle realm with a piss filter over the top of it, I guess, and a tiny main building with part of the hospital and stuff. And so it could just be the case that with this chapter, they didn't specify it on the roadmap, but it could be that we do just get an extension of the already existing realm. And then there's the third option, that we actually do get an entirely new map and they just didn't tell us because it was supposed to be a surprise. That one is the least likely in my opinion, but it's not entirely out of the devs' capabilities, right, to just throw us a map out of nowhere just to completely shock everybody, because obviously that wasn't planned initially. Do I think that they designed a brand new map in the space of like 4 months, 3 months between when the chapter was initially set to drop and when it's actually going to be dropping in that small time frame that they rearranged the release? I don't think so, personally. I think that would be very, very hard to pull off. Honestly, it would be a massive shame if they just tease this to us and then we don't get one at all. I really hope that's not the case, but that's probably the most likely answer. Honestly, as long as we get something new, I don't really care. Hopefully we will get some variation of a map, even if it's not a completely new one. If we just get an extension of Hawkins, I would be fine with that. I think that would be really cool. But do let me know what you think down in the comments regarding that. And I had to go back and check this, but there actually isn't any gens on the current Hawkins map with the vines on them, which is kind of baffling to me considering that that map was designed with an upside down side to it. So you'd think they'd have already implemented that, but there actually isn't. So this makes me wonder even more now if these gens were just decorated this way again for this teaser trailer, much like the location that we have going on here too, or if this is actually teasing at a new generator look for a potential Hawkins variant, because obviously it's very likely that they just put the gen at the beginning of the trailer just to signify that this is a Dead by Daylight chapter, but it also feels kind of intentional at the same time. I don't know if that's just me, but it feels like they placed that gen at the very beginning of the trailer with vines on it. Again, I'm just speculating here, but if this is the case, that is very very exciting. Then there's the major elephant in the room, and that is, of course, the survivors. So as you can see, we do have Dustin in that trailer. As you can see, Vecna is like speaking to him, and he does look really like realistic, to be honest. Whether this will actually be the case in game though is a whole different story, because I mean, this is just the trailer. Obviously they do really well in pretty much all of their cinematics when it comes to trailers, but that doesn't guarantee, right, that he's going to look exactly like this in the game. Though there is the argument that they have been getting better over the past few releases anyway, with facial likeness and stuff like that with the characters, Michonne being a prime example of that. So I am really hoping that they don't butcher any of the looks for these characters. It also sounds like we're going to be getting voice lines, at least for Dustin. I can't obviously say the same for 11 yet, but just based off of the one-sided conversation on the walkie-talkie there, you could obviously hear that Dustin was speaking. He does sound a bit off. I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if they couldn't get Gaten Matarazzo to actually voice Dustin. I don't know why they wouldn't be able to. I would assume that that is Gaten voicing Dustin there, but again, it does sound a little bit off in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe that's just due to some kind of voice effect that they put over the top where, you know, they tried to make it sound like he's on a walkie-talkie rather than just talking clearly. That could be throwing me off there, but either way, it seems that we're getting voice lines, which I would expect in this day and age when it comes to license releases in this game, because it seems pretty much all of them at this point come with voice lines. It's been that way since around probably Castlevania, or maybe a bit before then. I think maybe around the Wesker chapter. It seems that they've been doing it for years now, so if they're going to do them for Vecna, right, they might as well do them for the survivors too. So hopefully we'll be getting them for 11. I'm sure we will. And if we take a snapshot from the trailer, this is the really exciting part. You can see here that obviously we have Dustin and we have 11, but as you can also see in this shot, we have Eddie here and we also have Robin. So whether these two are going to be legendaries for Dustin and 11, or if they're going to be legendaries for Nancy and Steve, that's still up in the air. We don't really know that yet. We'll just have to wait and see when the chapter drops, of course. Either way, exciting news. I'm not really too asked about getting Robin, to be honest. Like, I don't really like her as a character, but Eddie, thank God they're finally adding my boy to the realm. This is going to be so cool. I'm definitely going to buy him on release. But yeah, as you can see, we do have the season 3 outfit here for Robin, which is the Scoops Ahoy. I think that was pretty much predictable. They were going to pick an outfit that is very iconic, and obviously if she is going to be a legendary, which I think was bound to be the case, right, she wasn't going to be her own character. The same with Eddie. It would only make sense that if they're locked to one cosmetic, that they pick one that defines them the best, and so obviously it looks like they've gone with the Scoops Ahoy outfit for her, and Eddie's battle vest, I guess, with the Hellfire shirt as his cosmetic. Not that he really ever switches up his appearance anyway in the show, but yeah, really exciting news. And the Polaroids in the last video did actually seem to hint at a Will and Max legendary. Now, I didn't really think about this at the time, but that claw machine or whatever it was supposed to be in that one Polaroid, it seems to be more of a reference to the Mad Max era of Max from season 2, when she was obviously a hardcore arcade fanatic, right, rather than putting just a straight up image of her there. So it looks like we could also be getting those two at some point. Now also, if we pause part of the trailer, there was actually a really small segment where they just quickly flashed Dwight up on the screen, and if you actually pause on that, you can see that Dwight is clearly being killed in the same fashion that Vecna does to his victims in season 4, which, unless you're slow, is a pretty obvious confirmation of what the Mory will be. I mean, what else was it going to be, right? Poor Dwight, man, honestly. It's always him getting killed in all of these trailers. Yeah, it's going to be really cool to see this in-game when it actually drops. And the most important and final thing that we gathered from this teaser is, of course, right at the end, the PTB date is confirmed for January the 6th, which is literally like a week away from now. So I am really looking forward to that. Obviously, I will be covering this, so do stay tuned for that. We finally got a date, guys. We finally got a date for when all of this is actually gonna come to life in the game. I guess, obviously, the PTB will run for a couple of days to maybe a week tops. Usually they last about 4 or 5 days. And I guess the official chapter release will probably be somewhere late in January, unfortunately. So for all of you that aren't on PC, you are gonna have to wait until like somewhere between the 20th and the 31st or something for the actual chapter release. All we have to do now, I suppose, is just wait for the thing to officially drop. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the ride, I suppose, just going along with the different photos and videos that they've released and just theorizing about it. It's been pretty fun. I guess one small thing that I will add in, which is really just a thought I had whilst watching the season 5 volume 2 episodes, is that there is a scene, and this might be a small spoiler, so it's really not that relevant, but of course you can skip it if you want to, skip like 20 or 30 seconds ahead. But there is a scene where in the dream world, I guess, where Vecna's arm extends out to grab Max, and I had a thought when I was watching that maybe this could be somehow implemented into the ability. It would basically just be like Wesker, except without the lunges, and it would be probably limited to a certain reach, I would assume, that his arm can extend out to grab a survivor. But I don't know if that's actually going to be the case. That's just something I thought would have been pretty cool. Maybe it would just inflict mangled on them or something, or just injure them and not actually give him a free pickup, right? Because that would obviously be very unfair. That is something I don't remember ever seeing him do in any of the other episodes from season 4 to 5. So it could be that that is part of his power, since, again, I did say this last video, it's very likely that they extended the chapter release until after all the episodes have aired, because parts of the killer's power or name or what have you could be potential spoilers if they had dropped this while season 5 was airing. Do let me know all your theories down in the comments, guys. Once again, you know the drill. Just go and leave a comment about any of the things discussed in this video or any other theories that you may have. I would be very interested to know. Do let me know as well if you are looking forward to this chapter. If you don't give a fuck, I'm sure there's probably plenty of you that just wanted Predator or something like Friday the 13th. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button down below to let me know. Really helps the video out in the algorithm. Also, hit the hype button next to it. It really helps push smaller creators like me out to more people. So if you could do that, I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see more videos from me, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications next to it so you never miss a single video of mine. With all that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Happy New Year to you all. I shall catch you all very soon with a brand new video. Goodbye.